So students, in our last class under chapter biomolecules, we have discussed definition of enzymes, okay, and we have discussed chemical reactions of the enzymes, all that we have discussed. Today we will discuss about nature of the enzyme action or catalytic cycle. Means nature of the enzyme action means how enzyme works or how enzyme acts on the substrate and produces a product. This is very simple steps. Okay, you see there they have given, this is suppose substrate, that is why I am using PPT. Okay, you can see the pictures very well. Just if I explain on the board, you may understand, but you definitely will understand, but you don't get the clear imagination. So this is a substrate and this is an enzyme, you see there. Okay, or else you can see the key is a enzyme and lock is a substrate. Okay, so key will have an active site for binding with the substrate, then lock opens. That is what they are showing. See, this is a enzyme, okay, and this is a substrate. This is an enzyme and this is a substrate. Then what happens? Enzyme and substrate binds. See the shape of those enzymes. You just see the shape of those. Okay, I will just if you want I can zoom it. I think you can see like that only directly. Yeah, I hope you can see now clearly. Yes, you see there. So this is the enzyme, okay, and this is a substrate. Where enzyme binds to the substrate, then enzyme action starts. This enzyme will start working on or acting on the substrate. Then what it does, it produces a product. This blue color ball like structure, what is it? That is a product. Okay, product. Then what happened? Product is separated and enzyme is separated. That's why beautifully they have explained, when enzyme and substrate both are there, then enzyme binds to substrate, then it becomes ES. E means enzyme, S is a substrate. So this is enzyme and this is a substrate. Then both will bind, E and S will bind, become ES. That is called enzyme substrate complex. See, enzyme substrate complex, meaning enzyme and substrate bound to each other. Eradu koodkondide, then it become a complex. Then what happened there? Product is produced. Okay, product is produced and product is separated. You see there, product is separated and enzyme remains same. Nothing happens to enzyme. Enzyme doesn't change. Only product is produced. Only substrate changes to product. That is why you see here, enzyme and substrate was there. Now it is enzyme and product. So it is EP. E means enzyme, P is a product. Okay. Then product is separated, then enzyme is separated. So it is enzyme plus product. Okay. This is how enzyme exactly works on the substrate. Okay, now question is, how do enzymes speed up chemical reaction? Means how enzyme makes reaction fast, how it makes it faster is a question. Let us see the answer for this. Okay, you need to understand some concept called activation energy. Activation energy. Okay, this is, they have plotted a graph of potential energy there. Okay, potential energy of the substrate and progress of reaction, means how reaction happens. Then you can see something that is called activation of energy. What is that means? Activation energy means extra energy or additional energy required to start the chemical reaction. Okay, first reaction should start. For that extra energy is required, additional energy is required, that is called activation energy. It is an exothermic or endothermic reaction, meaning in chemistry either heat is released or heat is absorbed. Okay, so heat is evolved, that is you can call exothermic and endothermic. Endo means inside, exo means outside, thermo means temperature. So either activation energy is release of heat or absorption of heat. Then substrate must go through much high energy state. It is called transition state energy. Okay, what is that meaning? I'll repeat. Activation energy is the extra energy required to start the reaction. Once reaction starts, heat is released or absorbed, then substrate what is there, that has to go through much energy state. It is called transitional state energy, where you can see that in the center you can see these lines, no, that black color lines, no, you can see this black color line here. In first one, what you see in first one, activation energy with enzyme. When activation energy is there, reaction will happen very quickly. Without activation means activation energy without enzyme. That means what you understand? Activation energy will come in a reaction only when enzyme is used. You see here, which has reached the product fast. This is a substrate. Okay, it has started and went to transition state quickly with enzyme. When enzyme is there, when any enzyme is present, then substrate will go to higher transition state quickly and it produces a product. Okay, but when enzyme is not there, it goes high and it comes to the product. That means this is a slow process, this is a quick process. So did you get answer now how exactly enzyme makes reaction faster? That is, if enzyme is there, substrate will reach transition state, that is higher energy state, very quickly. You tell me now, this first one, this is like just you went to Nehru Nagar and produced a product. This is like you went to KSRTC bus stand and produced a product. Nehru Nagar is just 1 kilometer from here, and KSRTC bus stand is some 4 kilometers, 3 to 4 kilometers. Where you will reach faster? Definitely. That means when enzyme is there, in Nehru Nagar only, in 1 kilometer only, you will produce a product. If enzyme is not there, then you have to reach 4 kilometers and produce a product. That means for substrate to go to higher state, when enzyme is there, so energy with enzyme, activation energy will be very easy and substrate goes to transition state very quickly and produces a product. But when enzyme is not there, then it goes very high and it becomes slow, produces a product but very slowly. Okay, see what they are saying. If the product is a lower energy than the substrate, then the reaction is exothermic, meaning if the product produced has a lower energy than the substrate, if product produced has less energy than the substrate, that means it is exothermic, because extra energy what was there in the substrate is released as heat. Extra energy is released as heat. So it's a spontaneous reaction. It requires no energy by heating to form the product. So as reaction is only releasing heat, extra heat is not required. Quickly it produces a product. So in a biochemical reaction, enzymes lower the activation energy. As a result, speed of reaction is fast. Okay, why enzyme makes reaction fast? Because enzymes lower the activation energy. You can see that this is very high activation, and when enzyme is present, it will lower, it will make it less than that, so that product is produced very quickly. That is very interesting concept. Okay, next, one more part is factors affecting enzyme activity. What are the factors affecting enzyme activity? That is, temperature, pH, and temperature, pH, concentration of the substrate, and presence of the inhibitor. Meaning of enzyme activity, suppose it should not happen properly, then there are certain factors which will disturb enzyme activity. Means it will not allow enzyme activity to happen, or else it will make enzyme activity very standard or proper. When temperature and pH, it should be optimum, required quantity. If it is less also, more also, then it will disturb enzyme activity. So temperature and pH. Concentration of the substrate means, suppose enzyme is very less and substrate is too much, then reaction doesn't happen like that. Okay, so concentration of the substrate, how much substrate is there, that also counts. Like you, for suppose 500 liter milk, for 500 liters milk, if you are adding 1 drop of the enzyme, then it takes lot of time, it becomes very slow. But for 1 glass milk, if you are adding 1 drop of enzyme, then it will happen very fast, because concentration of the substrate, that is milk, is different here. Then presence of inhibitor, if some chemicals are there which will inhibit, means stop enzyme activity, then enzyme activity is 0. Okay, so these are the factors which affects enzyme activity: temperature, pH, temperature and pH, concentration of the substrate, and presence of the inhibitor. Now one by one we will see how it will affect enzyme activity. First one, temperature and pH. Okay, so this is enzyme activity and this is temperature in degree Celsius. So you can see here 0, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70 degrees Celsius. After 70 degrees Celsius, enzyme doesn't work, because enzyme is cut into pieces. Enzyme will denaturate, means enzyme will die. After death, what? Nothing. So they are showing only till 70 degree. Okay, pH they are showing from 0 to 14. You know pH, where 0 to 7, what dotted line you see here, blue color line, that is 7 pH. In between 6 and 8, that is neutral. Before 7, that is 0 to 7, it is acidic pH, and from 7 to 14 it is basic pH, you know. So let us see how temperature and pH, it affects enzyme activity. So enzymes show highest activity at optimum temperature and pH. What is meaning of optimum? Optimum means required quantity, not less also, not more also, exactly what is required, that is called optimum. Okay, so enzymes will show maximum work at optimum, means required temperature and pH. Suppose, I'll give example. Suppose enzyme requires 8 degree Celsius, 8 degree Celsius. Okay, that is the optimum temperature required. Then less than 8 and more than 8 degree Celsius will disturb enzyme activity. So 8 degree Celsius is optimum. pH also same like that. Suppose 6.0 pH is optimum, then less than 6 and more than 6 will disturb enzyme activity. So activity declines below and above optimum value. That means what temperature or pH is required for enzyme, less than that or more than that is there, then it will disturb enzyme activity, or enzyme activity decreases. At low temperature, enzyme is temporarily inactive, means at less temperature like 0 degree, minus degree Celsius and all, or less than 5 degrees Celsius, enzyme will be temporarily inactive. Enzyme doesn't die, it is temporarily inactive, it is waiting for proper temperature. If you increase the temperature, then inactive enzyme will become active. So at high temperature, enzyme destroy, because proteins are denatured by heat. Denatured means, you know, it will be separated or cut into pieces. Actual denaturation means separation. Protein is a long chain of amino acids. At high temperature, bonds between amino acid will break and amino acids are separated. It doesn't remain as a protein. Okay, enzyme is also protein only. It doesn't remain as a protein at high temperature. That means zero activity at high temperature. Okay, so you see there they are showing temperature will be this blue line, you see, that is optimum. That is, temperature should be 37 degrees Celsius because it is body temperature. Our body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius. So if body temperature increases or decreases, enzyme doesn't work. But it doesn't happen like that in the body, because always starting from birth till death, our body temperature is 37 only. So that blue color what you see line there, that is the optimum temperature, required temperature for enzyme to work in our body. Always it is 37 degree only. Then pH is, you see, neutral pH, that is 7 pH here. Okay, that is optimum. In acidic and basic, then enzyme activity decreases. Okay, then same temperature and pH. Some more points we will see. Inorganic catalysts work at high temperature and pressure. Inorganic catalysts like what is that, platinum, palladium, magnesium acts as a catalyst in chemistry. They can work at high temperature and pressure, but enzymes get damaged at high temperature. For what temperature it will be damaged? More than 40 degrees Celsius. Enzymes will be damaged at high temperature at more than 40 degree. So thermophilic organisms, you know what is thermophilic means? They love high temperature and they live in high temperature. You know this. This is archaebacteria. Bacteria which lives in hot springs are called thermoacidophiles. You have already learnt it. Some bacteria lives in hot springs, that is boiling water, 100 degrees Celsius. In 100 degrees Celsius also, if that organism can live, that means its enzyme will be active at 100 degrees Celsius also. But human beings, enzyme will not be active at high temperature. After 40 degree, its activity decreases. After 65 or 70 degree, enzyme will die. So thermophilic, meaning thermo means temperature, philic means loving. Animals which like high temperature and they live in high temperature have enzymes which are stable at high temperature. Means nothing happens to their enzymes at 80 to 90 degrees Celsius. They are extraordinary organisms. Okay. So they are called thermophilic bacteria. You see, they are showing picture of thermophilic bacteria here. Okay. So first factor which is affecting enzyme activity we learned. Second one, concentration of the substrate. This is very important. How much substrate is there? Like this is the substrate and this is the enzyme. Then what happened there? You see there what happened. With the increase in substrate concentration, velocity of the enzyme action rises first. Means when you increase more substrate, substrate quantity if you increase, once at first velocity of the enzyme increases, but reaches maximum velocity, maximum speed, that is called Vmax. You see here in this picture they are showing, this is velocity of the reaction V versus S, that is substrate. Okay, so they have plotted a graph of velocity of the reaction and means speed of the reaction V, velocity V versus substrate S. Then what they got? You see here, when they increase substrate concentration, velocity of the enzyme rises, means velocity increases and reaches maximum. Then it becomes flat here, it becomes a straight line, means no more it will increase. So when substrate concentration increases, velocity of the enzyme first increases, reaches maximum velocity. You can see this dotted line they are showing when it reached maximum here, that is called Vmax. Vmax, maximum velocity. Max means maximum, V means velocity. That means when you increase substrate concentration, then velocity reaches maximum. Like example we will take, lactase is an enzyme and milk is a substrate. Okay, first you had taken only 1 glass of milk, now you are increasing it to 2 glasses of milk but same concentration of enzyme. Then what happens? Reaction becomes faster and it reaches maximum, that is called Vmax. But this is not exceeded by further rise in concentration because enzyme molecules are fewer than substrate molecules. What happened there? If you keep increasing substrate, suppose you took 3 glasses of milk now speed of the reaction will not be faster because enzyme quantity becomes less and substrate becomes more. Like you have taken up 1 drop of enzyme and 1 bucket full of substrate, then what happens? Reaction will not be faster, it is slow. So there is no increase in the concentration because enzyme molecules are fewer, means enzyme molecules are less and substrate molecule is more. So no free enzyme molecule to bind with additional substrate molecules, means all the enzymes are bound to the substrate, then you are adding new substrate. No enzymes are free, they are already bound to substrate. Free enzymes are not there. That means what you have to do, when you increase the substrate, you should add extra enzymes, then only it will work, otherwise it doesn't work. See what happened there. This is the meeting point where reaction happened maximum, then it is called Vmax by 2. Vmax by 2 here, half, and this is Km. Okay, what is the meaning we will see now. Okay, so if you see the meaning of that previous slide, we'll go back. Okay, that is what they are saying here, that is a maximum reaching. Okay, that is Vmax by 2 and this is Km. Vmax maximum velocity by 2, half of the maximum velocity, and this is a meeting point, that is called Km. Meeting point is called Km, that is a constant. Okay, so when you increase substrate, then you have to add extra enzymes, otherwise enzyme activity decreases. Okay, next. One more factor affecting enzyme activity is presence of inhibitor. Name only says inhibitor, means it stops the reaction. Okay, now the binding of specific chemicals called inhibitors shut off the enzyme activity. This is called inhibition. Shut off means completely stops enzyme activity. Okay, like enzyme activity is going on when enzyme binds to substrate, and that too it should be specific. Then if inhibitor binds, you see they are showing here, this is an enzyme and this is a substrate. When enzyme substrate binds plus inhibitor is joining, see this is blue color is inhibitor, actually it should not join, it disturbs or affects enzyme activity. What happened there? Enzyme substrate, then it was normal, then that blue color inhibitor also joined, enzyme inhibitor complex, then what happens? Enzyme substrates, substrate separate, inhibitor separate, then enzyme inhibitor complex happened. No product produced. That means definitely inhibitor will stop the reaction. Same thing, enzyme was here, later also enzyme only. Substrate remained as it is, no change of substrate into product. Then inhibitor also remained as it is. Then just enzyme substrate inhibitor bound. And very important thing is, what you notice is, instead of substrate binding, inhibitor binds, then it stops the substrate. No enzyme activity. Okay, so this is what happens there. Then examples of competitive inhibitors we will see. Competitive inhibitor means there are some molecules which gives competition to these inhibitors, means they act like inhibitor. What are those? We will see now in the reaction. Okay, I think we should learn it in next class, because in one class we cannot finish. In next class we can finish this chapter. Okay, properly I have planned like that. I am not going fast, I am teaching very slowly. You know me personally very well, so I don't go fast. My primary intention is students should understand. That is very important for me. Okay, so keep watching my classes. Thank you.